Okay, so first things first, let me get my slept out hair together and then I'll be right back to show y'all my exact routine from last night. Now, mind you, this always gives me a problem with my actual glasses right here and right here. I seem to always get a problem, like if I'm sweating or like, if it's a really hot day, y'all, my makeup will be so laid, but as soon as I take my glasses off, if I don't have like a little paper towel, I see makeup on there and everything. But last night or the night before last when I went out, that did not happen. So let's get into it. Okay, so originally I was gonna use this. I've been stuck on it. I try to get travel sizes if I really don't know about a product yet, but they did not have a travel size in this, but it was brand new. So I'm like, let me try this. So this is the primer that I used. Super Fix Super Grit Primer from Makeup Revolution. I'm really just getting into them. I've been doing makeup for years and I never really used Makeup Revolution, but we're using it today. That's what it looks like. Super cute. So it says hydrates and smooths. I'll do one side so y'all can see. Watermelon extract. It really does smell like watermelon. It smells good. Okay, so I just had to make sure that there wasn't no filter on here. There's not. Because I want to give it to y'all raw. Okay. So while I'm letting that sit in, I'm about to show y'all one of my favorite products right now, especially as a girl who has very thick eyebrows, like to the point where I usually grow a unibrow. This brow laminator gel from e.l.f. eats down. I also love the little comb it comes with, even though I don't really use it much, because the applicator that it comes with is so good. Usually I will like to leave the tip on there, and I just put a little bit in the front of both brows just in case the little comb doesn't have enough in there or a lot in there, because the little suction cup does do a good job at taking off the excess product except for the tip. So be sure to roll it so you can get all the product you can. Don't be afraid to dip back in, because even if I use more than I feel like I'm supposed to, I really don't get a residue, which I really like. That was the reason I had to get away from using the Elmer's glue and sometimes even lash glue. Sometimes it's so sticky it'll give me like a residue, or it'll show a difference in between my foundation and the product, and I don't really like that at all. So as the product starts really working in there, I try to go both ways. I'll go the front way, then like that, and then when I put it back, it really sticks pretty good. And before it dries down, I like to kind of go through and scoop it or shape it like that. Okay, so let me just shape them again. This one I never shaped, but this one I put more product on. Alright, and I'm just gonna let them dry some. But as you can kind of see, it's already getting tacky and like giving that brow soap look. I just like to make it look natural. I don't like to have mine sticking up like some people like theirs done. Okay. Now you guys are going to hear me say a lot of new products, because since Ulta has been having their, I think, like 21 days of sales, I've really been racking up and making sure like I'm stacking up my kit during the meantime. So one of the good sales that they had at the beginning was the half off of the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I've always wanted to try it, just never have. And so when I tested them, just a heads up, they do look a little bit lighter in the bottles than they actually are. So this is the color we're gonna start with. I underpainted because I don't ever rush my makeup. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm late, I'm gonna be too late, I'll just say I'm not coming before I rush my makeup. But let it say if I'm in a rush or I'm supposed to be hurrying to do my makeup, I will always try to underpaint, because it makes sure I get the most flawless look with still making sure that I'm full coverage and beat. So for girlies who don't really know where to conceal at, I already did that part, but if you can see the parts where the light bounces off of my face, that's where you wanna put your your concealer colors at, the highest points of your face. And I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit, and I'm gonna go in with some foundation. Now I'm running low on this foundation, but I really like it. I should have re-upped on it during the friends and family, but it's okay. I like it so much that I'm even willing to pay the full price for it. So this is Makeup by Mario in the color, I think, 24N. So while this is sitting, my concealer, I'm just going to go through and put foundation. As y'all can see, I'm running low, but I'm going to get everything that she has to give. And you don't need much. That is another reason why I'm so adamant about doing this. I think there was like a little piece of lint or something. But that is why I'm so adamant about doing it, because you don't need much. And as y'all can see, the color match, he's down. Okay. Okay, so while that foundation is on there and that concealer is sitting, I'm just going to go in really quick with this Milk Refresh Spray. That's enough. And then I'm going to blend in this foundation. I'm still going to be working around the concealer. I'm not going to blend it out just yet. I'm just going to blend. Oh, and this color match, y'all, and it really just goes into your skin like butter. But I will say, if you are a girly that has bigger pores, this foundation isn't really for you. I've used it on clients with larger pores, and even though in the beginning it looks so good, I would say about 6 hours in, it does start to seep into the pores if the client is like an oily client. Another reason too, y'all, that I like to put Got To Be on my hair is because I'm really like, I really don't like putting makeup throughout like my baby hair or nothing, but when I put Got To Be on there, it looks so good. Like, it doesn't mix or anything, so that helps me a little bit. Okay, so as y'all can see, I still have the concealer sitting. I'm going in with this Milani blush, this cream blush in the shade Cheek Kiss. I know it's called the Cheek Kiss blush, but it's Coral Crush, or 120. Okay. I also have been liking putting blush directly under my eye and just blending it through, especially when I underpaint. It's been coming out really good. Okay, I'm just gonna put this to the side. Now I'm gonna go in and blend out my under eye. And I am gonna carry it through the top of my eyelid. Usually I will blend out the places that have the least amount of product, so I don't spread a lot of the product around to those spots. But when I let this dry down, I don't really need to, especially if I haven't put too much on. I can wait to do my forehead highlight and my chin highlight. I do like to carry my concealer to my temple instead of just stopping here, because when I contour, it does kind of solidify and make it look really nice. So I'm just gonna keep blending this out, and I'll be right back. So the way I did my concealer this time was kind of the way I've been doing my baking and setting routine with powder. I don't bake right away. I go in and set it first, and then I bake. And it's kind of the same thing with the concealer. I go in and I actually put a little bit, and then I go in with another layer and a brighter color right in the inner corner right here. If you have a big nose like me, make sure you will move your lip to stretch it out. And if you do a client, make sure you ask them to curve over their lip, or make sure you ask them to stretch their eyebrows, whatever you need to do to stretch the skin, to make sure wherever you're blending, you're actually blending in that product, and you're not just putting some powder on it and it's still a lot of product under there, not really dry. Later in the day, it'll crease more. So less is more, and always make sure you're really pushing it in and blending it out so it won't crease on you later. So before I go any further, I am going to do my brows. I haven't filled them in yet, but since they're laid down with that e.l.f. laminating gel, I am going to go and conceal them. Usually I wouldn't do this, but the only reason I can is because that e.l.f. laminator is so good. I don't have to really worry about the product blending with my eyebrows. And I love that. And if the concealer color is close to your complexion, it is also easier to do it this way. But I see this video is already getting pretty long, y'all, because I did want to give y'all some explanations. I know it's been a while since I just haven't used, did voiceovers and really mainly did trending audios. So make sure you go to part 2 so you can see the finished look.